Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to walk you through the process of uploading a Merch by Amazon shirt from the conception of the design all the way to the keywords in your listing. Let's get started. So the tool I'm going to be using to find a shirt that is selling well right now is Merch Informer. And I'm going to click on Merch Hunter, top 1,000. And now what this tool is doing is it's listing a bunch of merch shirts that are selling with a BSR of 1 to 100,000 and listing them in order. So right now we have the Eclipse going on, so a lot of Eclipse shirts, but we're going to find a shirt that we can emulate. So I'm not a designer, so I can't really do really good graphics, but I might be able to do something similar to this. So this one is selling about $315 a month, not bad. So seems pretty simple. Now let's look at if there's any trademark. So the tool I'm using here is called Trademarkia. I do recommend USPTO, which is it's the government's trademarking website. But Trademarkia gets the data from USPTO and it's just faster, but it's not always as accurate, but it's pretty accurate. So it doesn't look like anyone has, it'd be pretty hard to trademark this, I think. So I think we're safe here. I don't really see any danger in uploading a similar design. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just close it out, class of 2030. I think we got it in our heads, and we're going to open up Photoshop. Okay, perfect. So now we have Photoshop open. So what we're going to do here is, since we're going to be doing white text, I want a solid background and I want a solid black background. So how I just got this is I went down to this circle, then I hit solid color, and then I chose a color. I'm going to delete the white because we don't need it. I'm going to hit this T and make sure your color is white from the color picker up here. What I'm going to do is class of, you can just click T if you're on a Mac. I think it's the same for Windows. And then I'm going to hit that, or you can just hit V. And I'm going to Command T, make it nice and big. I want to take up a lot of real estate. Could take up a little bit more. Awesome. So now, and also when I hit Command T when I was stretching this, I was holding down Shift. It's important or it can be distorted, kind of like that. So we don't want that for this design. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Option. I'm going to drag down like this. So I made a duplicate of this text, and it seems I've magically grouped this somehow, so I'm just going to delete that. Okay, so somehow I grouped these together, so all I did is highlighted all of them and dragged them above the group layer, and I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to double click these, and when you're doing this you want to double click the T, not the side. If you click the side, that will pop up, so it's very important you click within that square. We don't want that one, we want this one. We want it to say class of 2030. Perfect, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on one text file, hold Shift, click on this one as well, and then click this button. It kind of aligns them together. Now we're pretty centered here, so that's all I really want to do on this shirt. And I forgot to mention, this font is impact style font. And the way you get that is you double click this and then you go up here and you can choose. Alright, these are all the recent fonts I've been using, but that's where you find it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hide this black layer. I'm going to go to File, we're going to export as PNG, and I'm just going to name it class of 2030 shirt and save it. Boom. And now let's head over to merch. And now we're going to go into our merch account and we're going to add a product. They've switched the dashboard a little bit, but you know, it still looks good. So here it even says right here 4,500 pixels. We're going to hit upload. We're going to find our design. Perfect. And it must be a PNG file. That PNG file means it's a transparent background. Now you have the option to have a backside to your design. I haven't experimented with that yet, and it costs a little bit more for Amazon to make, so you get less royalties per sale, but there might be some designs where that's very appropriate. So save selection and continue. And I don't see a reason not to have all of them, so I'm going to hit all. You have two options here, premium brand or anvil. Haven't experimented with premium. I don't know of any advantages to having premium brand. I don't know if the customers can tell the difference, but I do know it costs more in royalties, so we just stick with anvil. Now my colors, these are just my go-to colors for standard white text. There's other options, dark heather. Darker shirts usually sell better, but I feel like I'm covering a lot of bases with these 5 colors, and you only have 5. I'm not sure what tier it is, but once you get into the higher tiers, you have more options, I believe. We're just going to sell at $17.88. We have more advanced marketing tactics, so we feel comfortable with that price. But if you're just starting out, you may want to price lower. You might want to see what your competition has as price, and that's probably your main asset, is your price. If you can price better, you have a better offer, because most of the time you're going to be making the designs that a lot of people have. I'm going to save selection and continue. Now, keyword process. Now, if I was going to do a full-on research, like if this was a design Liz wanted me to make, I would spend a lot more time with this, but for this video I'm just going to show you kind of a quick way you can do this. I'm just going to type in class of 2030 and we're going to get a bunch of shirts. As you can see, everyone is just doing these really simple designs. And let's look at Jungle Scout real quick just to show you guys how you can make a lot of money with really basic stuff. So this is Jungle Scout Pro. You can we have a link below if you want, and you guys can download it there. But as you can see, estimated sales, estimated revenue. Obviously they're not getting all that in profit, but this is how many sales they're making. So you know this shirt is selling. The key is not to have one of these shirts, the key is to have 500 of these shirts. So that's something we're working on, is getting more designs up as we expand. So let's see what keywords we have here. So actually what I would do is I would then open up a Google Sheet. Class. So let's see, we have class of 2030 t-shirt. Kinder. So there are some important keywords we can use here as modifiers. So modifiers are like usually just one words that can help you rank for a lot. So funny, cute, birthday, Christmas. I have a list of them, but these are some examples that might be relevant here. And I usually like to add birthday and Christmas into every listing because it's really easy, doesn't take up much real estate, and a lot of people will be looking for gifts to give people for their birthdays. And once Christmas comes around, I'd like to rank for Christmas. So I'm not too great at this yet, but it's important to have your main keyword in here, or not your main keyword. So if you really want to focus on one shirt, you would want to have your main keyword in the brand name, because right now Amazon does rank you for that. If you're trying to create a brand name so that when people click it, they see a bunch of shirts, it might not be best to have class of 2030 because you might want to have other kindergarten related t-shirts. So people would think you only have 2030 shirts. So I'm kind of going for a general name and then kind of a more like catchier brand name. It's not a very good title, but the idea is niche keyword and then something that's funny or converts or communicates that it's a store. So we're going to call this, our main keyword goes first. Huge kindergarten tea. All right, that seems pretty good. Got a lot of keywords in there, but it's still legible. So this class of 20. So Amazon doesn't want you keyword stuffing, so they want you to put key product features. Not even really sure what that means. Like they say it here, but they're basically your bullets. But I like to use the word features because that's the language they're using, so maybe they'll give me more leeway if I use the word features. So some filler things I like to say with the features are it features virtually any size you want. It features 5 colors, and then I will say like it features impact style font. And those are like generic fillers that I can apply to almost any shirt because a lot of my shirts have impact style font. All of them have 5 colors, and all of them have Amazon gives you all those size options. So when you're doing this in scale and mass, it's nice to have generic filler text. And then I just surround it with keywords. That's enough for me. I'm going to hit save, selection, and continue. And then you have 3 options here. You can draft it, so that's important when you start out in the tier 10. Right now they switched it to 2 uploads a day. So you can only upload 2. If you have a lot of designs, though, you can create these drafts, and then you'll be able to upload to your max limit every day. Sample link, if this is just for a certain group of people and you don't want it to go public, maybe you have a private group and you just want to have exclusive shirts that only people in the group can get, you can send out a sample link. It will be listed on Amazon, but not publicly. And then sell public, which is what we want. Okay. That's just saying, are you sure this is not trademarked, it's your design? And yes, we are. And that's it. That's the whole upload process. And then hopefully it will be approved within a few hours. Might take a day or two, but that's all you have to do. And then it goes live. As long as you haven't violated any of Amazon's content policy or misspelled stuff or trademarked, it should go through. Alright guys, that's the Merch by Amazon walkthrough, all the way from finding a design that sells to listing it on Amazon with keywords. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. You want to click the link below to subscribe to Liz's email list where you'll learn more about Amazon and her strategies. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and guys have a good day.